Tachograph questions. This is test 3. Professional HGV Gorey Group. What period of time is recorded on a digital tachograph unit? On the unit. I didn't tell you this, so you can have a guess.
What you said?
The unit itself records 365 days and then it starts recording back over itself, okay? So the hard drive in that unit is big enough to record 365 days and then it starts recording back over itself. Which vehicle is exempt from tachograph regulations? A bus with 3 axles, a specialised medical purpose vehicle, a 5-ton truck, a vehicle with 9 seats or more. What's another word for that?
Ambulance.
It's an ambulance, yeah. You've lost your digital tachograph card. How long do you have to replace it? Yeah, 15 days. How often is an analog tachograph tested? What year, or from what year, are all vehicles meant to have a digital tachograph unit? 2000.
Not 2016 anyway.
There was no 5s there to choose from, was there?
No.
2006, all vehicles need digital tachographs, okay? Who is responsible for downloading the tachograph card information? Well, the driver's not there, so who's the next person? Yes, your transport manager. Maximum length of a night shift for passenger vehicles. 10 hours for the night shift, 15 hours on the day shift is the maximum time.
It's no different for like a bus then, no?
Nope, it's 10 hours on the night shift, 15 hours on the day
Yeah, I
shift.
thought that was like a quick trick question with a bus as a passenger vehicle. Didn't think.
No, because you both work to the same tachograph legislation.
Oh, so it would be 10 either way then.
It's exactly the same, but that's about the only difference I can think of.
The only other difference is the
tonight-
graveyard. The graveyard times for a truck are between 12 and 4 and for a bus are between 12 and 5 a.m.
1 and 5.
1 and 5.
Yeah, you could call that the graveyard shift.
Sorry, 1 and 5, yeah.
If you think about it, guys, it's 24 hours in a shift, yeah? 24 hours in a day. And what's the most you can reduce your daily rest to? It's normally 11 hours. You can reduce it to what?
9.
9. 9 away from 24 leaves what?
15.
Yeah, so if you're only taking a 9-hour reduced daily rest, you can work the other 15 hours. Okay? The tachograph for trucks and buses is the same. How many hours can you work without a break?
Yes.
Work.
I thought we were just talking tacos.
We're talking tachograph legislation and working time directive. And you need to get work and driving separated in your brains, okay?
I thought this was just tacos.
Can I drive? Yeah, but it includes the working time directive as well. Can I drive a vehicle with a digital tachograph if I've lost my driving card? Yeah, you can. For how long?
15 days.
15 days. Yeah, that question's come up. But his word is slightly different there, and it confused half you. I didn't tell you this one. A split daily rest is 3 hours and 9 hours. You can take as many of them as you want, okay? So instead of like taking your 11-hour daily rest, you take a 3-hour and a 9-hour. That'd be a horrible shift. And you can take as many split daily rests as you want. I suppose the answer is orange. I'm giving it to you. I know what you're waiting for. And 2, you still managed to get it wrong. Okay. Split daily rest is 3 hours rest and 9 hours rest. When was the analog tachograph introduced in the EU? You'll never be asked this question. I just thought it'd be funny to throw it in there. 2 of you got it right. Fair play to you. November 1985, I think it was. How many times per week can a driver take a split daily rest? I just told you that. The 3 hours and the 9 hours. There's no limits. You can take as many of them as you want. Well, 7, I suppose. There's 7 days in a week. Can I take my weekly rest in my vehicle? I didn't tell you this one. The answer is yes, if it's a reduced 24-hour weekly rest. And the vehicle must have a bunk or a couchette, which is a French word for a bunk. Okay? You can't take a 45-hour rest in your vehicle. What year did the RSA initiate prosecutions against drivers and operators?
I just guess the closest one to 2006.
I think it's quite late, 2009. But there you go. Does your tachograph need to be on while driving off scope?
What does that mean?
It means you're not driving on tachograph. You're either within the limits of tachograph or you're off. You're either on scope or off scope. So an example of on scope would be any public road, yeah? An example of off scope would be on private land. You're not like your kid driving around the fields in the car.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to do it on a public road, are you? Because then you'd be within the scope of the normal regulations governing motorised vehicles, your tax, your insurance, your age limits, your driving licence. You'd be on the scope of all those things. But on private land, you're off scope. I'll give you a better example. At the airport...
Just like, does that mean like a lorry that was in use within the quarry or an airport like that? Like, so
exactly.
say you were in a quarry.
That's exactly what I was about to explain, yeah. You know the buses, not the ones that bring you from the car park, because they're on roads, but you know the ones actually on the airport that take you from the door to the plane?
Yeah.
They're off scope. They don't need tachograph because they're on private land. There was a big row because they used to cross this little road to get to the other side of the airport, and that was a public road. Once you drive onto a public road, you're meant to take all the driving you've done for that day into consideration. But you could get a 10-year-old driving a truck around a quarry, because a quarry is private land, isn't it? So you're off scope. Airport is private land, it's off scope. A farm is private land, you're off scope. If you go to one of those fun things where you're driving those little cars and bikes and stuff like that, it's all off scope, isn't it? So on scope means you need tachograph, and off scope means you don't need tachograph. Okay?
Okay.
Can you interrupt your rest period to drive?
Very easy.
Yes. How long do you have?
1 hour.
Exactly. 1 hour. Half an hour on, half an hour off. Can I break the tachograph rules if my employer asks me to do so? Certainly not. How long do you have to get a faulty tachograph unit fixed? You have 1 week. Okay. So if it broke down in France or something, you can't just stop the truck and then have, I don't know how much beef or vegetables or stuff go rotten in the back when you're looking for someone to drive out and replace the tachograph. Okay. So you've got 1 week to get back, which should be enough to get back from most places. Or
it was 15 days for your tachograph card, though, wasn't it?
Yes, for your card, yeah. But for the unit, you get 7 days, which is probably enough for your truck to get back to Ireland, or it should be enough to send another truck out to you, and then you could like swap over or whatever. But anyway, regardless, it's 1 week for the unit, 15 days for the card. Okay, the card identifies you to the unit.
No way. What's it for? What does that mean?
Period of availability. Remember, you have other work, driving, rest, and period of availability. It's a planned amount of time where you're not doing anything. Yes, provided you're not doing any work. Because if you was working, it would be other work, wouldn't it? I don't know which one you clowns thinks a seatbelt makes a difference, but all right. Do I need a company card if I'm an owner driver, but if I'm an operator? Yes, you do. If you're an operator, you need a company card. Do I need to carry tachograph print rolls in the vehicle? Now, most people say yes, a minimum of 3 rolls. That's the sort of what everyone believes. Now, I've looked and looked and I can't find anything that specifies 3 rolls. But you must have enough printout roll to last the journey and to produce a report to a Garda should he ask for one.
Leon, could I ask you a question when you have a sec?
Yeah, but if you ask most drivers how many rolls you need, most people say 3 rolls. I don't know where it comes from. Yeah, what's your question?
There about the owner operator having a company card.
Yeah.
Is there not a rule to say that if you're an owner operator and you only have one vehicle, or like that has analog tachograph or whatever, you don't have to have a company card. You can use somebody else's company card to download your machine, no?
Okay, well, if you had analog, you wouldn't be downloading it, would you? So a company card would be no good to you. Analog just takes the cardboard disc.
Yeah.
It's the digital one that takes the company card.
So if you had
so if you had
analog,
one vehicle and it had analog, a company card would be no use to you.
Yeah, exactly.
I see your point. But then again, if you had one vehicle and it was analog, why should you get any kind of tacho card? But didn't we discuss earlier that you need to have a tacho card regardless?
Yeah.
So I think this is the same kind of rule. If you're an operator, you need a company card.
When I had my own minibus, I had analog tachograph, and I had obviously my tachograph card. Now, if I needed to use somebody else's vehicle that had digital tachograph, I'd obviously put in my card.
Yeah.
So then
to be honest, I know a few lads and they're owner operators, and I doubt very much if they have company cards.
Yeah, I used to just get the company who owns the bus I will be driving every so often to download my card.
Yeah, but my schoolroom answer is in this class, I say yes. If you're an operator, you need a company card. But in reality, there's a lot of operators who just like 1 or 2 buses that don't bother with the card. Okay.
Thank you.
So technically yes, but practically probably not so much. A driver may continue to drive without a driver card for the maximum period of Sorry? Okay, I didn't hear that. What type of information does the company card not hold? The company card. What does it not say on it? Yeah, it doesn't have any driver information because it's a company card. Yes, there are. What are the exemptions? Name one.
If you're an ambulance driver and stuff.
No.
Ferry. To go onto a ferry.
Yes, exactly. Remember, you're driving 4.5 hours, whatever, you need to take a rest, but you can drive onto the ferry. There's a perfect example. A tachograph can assist with an accident investigation. True or false? I tell you now, that tachograph will be the very first thing that Garda go for. Absolutely the first thing they'll go for. Tachograph may give warnings. If you've hit someone and you haven't been taking your breaks or rest, they'll assume you were tired and fatigued, and that was a contributing factor to the accident. Yeah, you'll be in a lot of trouble. Tachograph may give warnings about coming breaks. True or false?
Tachograph can also save you from penalty points.
Okay. Most people who watch these videos like and subscribe. I'd like to say thank you.